Let's take a moment, just you and me, to challenge one of the most common beliefs that we hear over and over again. You've heard it too. Money can't buy happiness. It's spoken like a sacred truth, passed down through generations. A comforting phrase, one that seems to protect us from greed, from chasing the wrong things. But today, I want to look deeper. Because behind that saying, behind the simplicity of those 5 words, lies a complex, nuanced reality that most people never talk about. Let me be very clear from the start. Money is not the source of happiness, but it can be a powerful tool to build a life that supports happiness. And that distinction is everything. Think about it. What causes stress, anxiety, depression in our modern world? According to study after study, financial hardship is one of the top sources of emotional suffering. The fear of not being able to provide, the shame of not measuring up, the exhaustion of working 3 jobs just to survive. Money can't fix everything. That's true. But lack of money? That can break your spirit. So let's talk honestly. Let's unpack what money really means. Let's explore how it can and cannot contribute to a meaningful, joyful life. Because the truth isn't black and white. It's richer. It's deeper. And it just might change the way you see the world. Part 1 Train. The illusion of nobility in poverty. We live in a world where struggling is romanticized. There's this idea that being poor somehow builds character, that suffering equals nobility, that wealth corrupts and poverty purifies. But let me ask you this. When your rent is due and your fridge is empty, how noble do you feel? When your kid needs medicine you can't afford, are you building character or breaking inside? Let's stop pretending that being broke is beautiful. There is nothing beautiful about stress that makes your stomach turn. Nothing spiritual about not being able to sleep because you're drowning in debt. Can you grow through struggle? Absolutely. But should you remain in struggle as a badge of honor? Never. Part 2. Money as a tool, not a god. Money is not evil. Money is not your enemy. Money is energy, a tool, a resource. And like any tool, a hammer, a knife, a fire, it depends on how you use it. You can use it to destroy, or you can use it to build a life of freedom, health, generosity, and growth. That's the part people forget. You don't have to worship money, but you should respect it. Because when used with wisdom and intention, money can amplify the best parts of who you are. It gives you space to breathe, to rest, to create, to say no to what drains you, and yes to what fulfills you. Part 3. Financial freedom equals mental freedom. Let's get practical. What is financial freedom? It's not just about Lamborghinis or luxury vacations. It's waking up and knowing your bills are paid. That if something unexpected happens, a flat tire, a hospital bill, a job loss, you'll be okay. It's the absence of fear. And when fear leaves, guess what comes in? Clarity, peace, energy, the emotional space to dream again. Money doesn't make you happy, but it frees you to pursue what does. Part 4. Health, time, and the highest value. Let's talk about health. People say, money can't buy health. And sure, it can't guarantee you'll never get sick. But when illness strikes, who gets the best doctors? Who gets the fastest treatment? Who doesn't have to wait months for an appointment or choose between medication and food? Wealth may not buy immortality, but it can buy better outcomes. And in many cases, that's the difference between life and death. Let's not romanticize suffering. There's no virtue in dying young because you couldn't afford a checkup. Part 6. Time, your truest currency. Let me tell you something real. The most valuable thing you have? It's not money, it's time. And the tragic irony is that people spend the best years of their lives trading time for money they never get to enjoy. Financial freedom isn't about being rich. It's about buying back your time. So you can be present. So you can rest. So you can say yes to your kids, your passions, your purpose, while you're still young enough to enjoy it. Part 7. Mindset matters. Here's the twist. Money alone won't save you if your mindset is still in poverty. You can win the lottery and lose it all within a year. It happens all the time. Because true wealth is built first in the mind. It's in your habits, your beliefs, your self-worth. If you believe money is evil, you'll push it away. If you believe you don't deserve abundance, you'll find a way to sabotage it. You have to rewire those inner stories. Start telling yourself the truth. I am worthy of wealth. I am capable of earning and managing money. I use money as a force for good, in my life and in the world. Part 8. Take action. Here's the part where most people tune out. They get inspired, but then they go back to scrolling. Don't let this be just another video. Let it be a spark. Start learning about money. Read books. Take courses. Surround yourself with people who talk about growth, not just gossip. Start saving. Start investing. Start creating value. Not for quick riches, but for a life where you don't have to constantly choose between your needs and your dreams. Part 9. What the research says. Studies from Princeton, Harvard, and global economic forums all agree. Up to a certain point, income does affect happiness. Why? Because that income removes daily stress. It allows access to better food, health care, experiences, security. And beyond that, it becomes about how you use it. Use it to connect. Use it to grow. Use it to create. That's the difference between hollow wealth and a meaningful life. Part 10. The final truth. So, can money buy happiness? Number. But it can buy the freedom, the health, the time, the space, the resources that allow you to build a life of purpose and joy. Used with wisdom, money is a gift, not to be feared, not to be worshipped, but to be mastered. And that mastery starts now. So if this has resonated with you, don't let it fade. Take action. Subscribe to Psychology of Happiness. And walk with us, one step at a time, toward a life that's not just about surviving, but thriving. Because you are not meant for a life of struggle. You are meant for expansion, for freedom, for joy. And it all starts with one brave decision: to believe that you are worthy of more.